Oh yeah. Did you guys like the new intro? Made it myself, which you can probably tell, but I'm happy with it. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to the slow running of Minecraft. Right now we're just gathering some wood. We are going to do a pretty extensive build today that uses I think this build that we're doing today uses every wood type that I have access to. Of course, I can't get the nether woods right now because I can't go into the nether, but all the other woods, I think 9 of them I have and I'm going to use. So let me put this dirt back and I'll see you guys in a sec. Stick 'em up! Nah, just kidding. We do have a new item for the no-no box, though. Just killed some pillagers and dropped a loaded crossbow. It looks like as soon as I shoot that arrow, it's gonna break. But not right now. Oh, let's sleep. Okay, so last episode we built this wonderful path that takes us all the way down to the lake. And this episode, we're going to be building something at the end of this path. So let's get down there and I'll show you guys what we've got. Alright, so here the path comes down the hill. It's pretty steep up until here, and then it opens right up into this kind of like, I don't know, bay. I don't know if lakes are allowed to have bays, but it's a little inlet. It's pretty shallow here. You can see the bottom, not too deep. The goal is we're going to build ourselves a little fishing hut so that we have a nice view of the mountain, the aqueduct, but it feels nice and secluded in the forest, a place where we can hang out. So I've been doing a lot of gathering, a lot of prepping. So we should be all set up. I've got some materials, I've got some pre-prepared stuff that I know I'm going to need, like a bunch of shelves, a bunch of spruce shelves, stuff that just takes forever to get when I'm only working with, with wooden tools. It takes a long time to gather enough logs to make all these shelves, especially if you pick up all the logs and then you realize that they need to be stripped. So you have to place them all back down, strip them, then pick them all back up. I don't know how many axes I've used, but we'll check that statistic at the end of the wood age. So yeah, right here we're gonna do a little bit of terraforming. We just need to neaten this place up, and then we'll talk about the fishing hut build. Terraforming time. Alright, now that we slept that rain away, it's time to explain what we're going to be doing here. So the path extends out to this area right here. I think we're going to want all of this to be path. Let me go get some of these. I think it's going to come out to right about here. So the vision is we're going to have some kind of like a dock kind of area, and it's going to let us walk out over the water, and there'll be like an area, where we can park our boats and stuff, and then we'll go into the cabin. So the cabin's going to face that direction, so the front of it is going to be over there. So to get there, we're going to have a little path that lets us walk up that way. So honestly, I'm excited to get building, so I'm just going to peace out for a sec, and you guys can enjoy watching me build this cabin. Oh man, I'm gonna need a lot more dark oak fences. But on the bright side, we're just about there. I want to have all these pillars done because it would be embarrassing to make a base that's supposed to be in the water and not have it, supported. Doing this typical thing with the spruce and then dark oak, so it looks like the wet wood. I really like it. We've got this blended into the pathway right here. I really like it. Next, and most important, the interior right now is empty. In fact, let's light it up so we don't get mobs. And speaking of lighting things up, I've got a little bit of an issue. I ran out of coal, and I want to have a nice cozy fireplace in here and have the fire coming out of our chimney. So, time to go get some coal, and I think I know a spot up there where there's some easy coal to get to. So let's go grab that. Get him! No? Okay. Fox is too fast for the hound, huh? Okay, up here at the top of our mountain, where we got our water source from, there was a cave that. Yeah, this one right here. There was a cave where zombies kept coming out and skeletons and stuff, and they were attacking me. But this is perfect because there was some coal left over here. Didn't have a pickaxe at the time that I was building the aqueduct, so we're just gonna come in here and snag this. It's interesting needing to have to come mine coal because I hardly ever go into cave-like areas, only just to light them up to make things safe. But using a pickaxe even is something that I rarely do. In this early part of the challenge, it's really just axe and shovel. So it's kind of refreshing to come up and do some mining. Wow, that looks crazy. We've got treehouse base out there, and we've got now the fishing hut down there. That looks pretty good in the corner there. Excited to go decorate it. All right, let's go ahead and make our way down carefully without dying. I'm sure if I just went AFK in the water that it would carry me down. But it's going to be nighttime soon, and I'd hate to just spawn a bunch of mobs in the forest. So we'll very carefully and very cat-like make our way down. Alright, we are back. We have some materials. We have our campfires made. I made a handful of them. Now, this is where I want the chimney to come down. Let's go put a campfire on top just so we can get the vibes going. I chose ahead of time where I wanted this to be. That looks nice. And I think if we do that, so if we do that, and it makes it a little bit taller than it was before. Okay. Hopefully this is my last time running back and forth between the tree houses and the lake. We've got the cabin. It's time for interior. There's a bunch of different things that I want to do. I decided on a size for the room, so the walls are going to go like this. Yeah, let's set up camp. Let's start with the fireplace. So obviously over here under the chimney, I want to have a fire. And I like the idea of this kind of like potbelly stove kind of thing. I think if I do that, it shouldn't matter because you won't see it. And then in this corner, because it's dark, we'll put that. And I'm not sure if you've noticed, you probably have, but the theme of this cabin is kind of this dirty, rusty orange color that comes from the acacia wood, which honestly I think gives it a really neat texture. It stops it from being too boring. So we'll use the acacia fence there. And then just to liven up the corner, we'll put some bookcases and bookshelves. I like that. I would put pots and stuff on this, but of course we don't have clay for pots. Nor could we cook it if we did. Okay, let's do these for a little couch. I did say I wanted to have a table. So let's try something narrow. I love the shelves. They make it just, you know, a block and a half wide this way now. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Living area is starting to develop. So let's think about the entryway now. Always storage. You can never have too much storage. That's why you always have a little bit of scaffolding. Okay, and then for the storage, it's kind of annoying, but I want that shelf look. So we're going to use the oak trapdoors right there. So this is kind of like a bookcase shape. I didn't want to just do 3 chests because that would be repetitive. And like that. So now we'll need some kind of a door. Why don't we do just a normal oak door? Because we don't have oak, that's why. I said that I would use all of the wood types for this, and I've had to be kind of clever about it. There isn't any pale oak yet, so I've grabbed a pale oak trapdoor, and I think I have a spot for it. Okay, there's the door into the bedroom. Oh yeah, and more orange theme. We're gonna make an orange bed. Very nice. Do this here, and then ha, a shelf. Great. There's our pale oak. Oh, and I guess these are pale oak as well. Okay, I take it back. We are using more pale oak than I thought. All right, let's get the lighting in a better spot. Why not there? That's pretty hidden. I've got a campfire for light there. Let's do the same thing up here. I'm trying to make sure that the lighting isn't too distracting. I think that's okay. Alright, let's do something here. And I grabbed these loom blocks for this purpose. It'll just kind of break it up. Yeah, that's nice. And we'll just cover up the top. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's nice. And then I feel like there's still some empty spots. Let's make a barrel or 3. Yeah. Side table kind of thing. This feels open and ugly. I kind of want to do a carpet. There she blows. Hopefully this is enough. I just made like a handful. Can we do ooh, I think I only had half what I wanted. I probably want about 6 more. And then just to fill the space, let's put some barrels out here. I built this at the very beginning because I was thinking about it. I wanted a bench here. So now there's this nice spot where we can sit, look out over the lake, maybe fish from if we're ambitious. Surely we can reach this, right? Oh yeah, look at that. We can fish straight from our porch. See what we catch. Oh no! The fence got in the way. Okay, that's good to know. So if we're gonna fish, we're gonna have to stand up by the railing. That's good to know. Oh, you know what we don't have in here is a crafting table. Maybe we'll turn this barrel into a crafting table. It's kind of nice. Got some windows. It feels, gosh, it feels rustic. You can tell we're in the wood age. My gosh, all these different wood types went into this, and it makes for a pretty aesthetic little cottage. I didn't finish the fences. I need to go make a whole bunch of dark oak fences, but I'll spare you guys having to watch that. So now you can see I've made this tree stump, and the path goes out this way. So we're gonna clean up this area and make it all very livable. Yeah, maybe we'll even do something out here as well. So let's get into a tree. All right, there's our tree. So this this tree, believe it or not, is actually a tree that I walk past on my way to work every day. It's called a silver birch. It's got the white, birch that we all know and love, but the branches have these nice like kind of willowy droopy bits that come off. And every time I walk past it, I go, man, I want to try building that in Minecraft. So here it is. It's really big. It's got a lot of pieces. There are a lot of fences, a lot of fence gates. The bark is really dark, almost black at the base, and then like on the other side of the branches, there's some dark spots, and then there's like tree knots. So I kind of tried to work that in. We built a fishing hut, and look, it's gonna do the work for us. Oh, he survived! Lucky you. Okay, so yeah, silver birch tree. Check. Cute cabin on the lake. Check. Oh yeah, let me show you guys inside really quick. Some of you might have noticed I didn't use bamboo the first time, but here it is now. I had to put light in here somehow, so I used these cool little bamboo trapdoors to cover up the torches. Kind of turn a bug into a feature kind of thing. There's only 3 torches, so there's a little bit of bamboo, and now I've used every wood in this build. Also, another circle door for your enjoyment. Okay, so we have a way into the lake. I added this ladder here so that we can get up and out of the water easy. And I want to do 2 more things. I'm not sure if you guys have seen, sometimes when you've got like a lake, there'll be I don't know, a floating raft out in the middle of the lake that you can swim out to and be on in the sun. So I want to do one of those. And then over here, you saw earlier, I made the path go this way and terminate here. So the goal out here is to have a little campfire spot. I brought these carpets to act like rocks. I know it's kind of sad, but we don't have stone, so that's the best we've got. Okay, campfire. And probably some of these. Why don't we put one sideways? And then boom, boom. Okay. This spot may become more important later, but for now, I wanted to have something a little bit extra, something a little nice. There. Now it just looks like a camp site. That's not too bad. We got our fire ring. Looks good. Looks professional. Just adds a touch of life to this corner. Now for the fun part. We've got some dirt that we're going to use to pillar. And we got to pick a spot. This maybe would be faster with scaffolding, but we're not going to do that. Okay, I'm just going to let myself drown for a second. I think I want it to be, yeah, almost where I am. A little bit closer to the mountain, maybe. Just over here, I think. Okay. Let's build up. Okay. Now, I brought some dark oak. So let's build the base out of the dark oak. I don't want it to be too big. If we do stairs, that'll make it pretty big, huh? Alright, nothing too fancy out here. Let's try something. It kind of works. I think that these slabs need to be stairs instead. Bear with me. As I've said before, I try to make things mostly good, not perfect. Alright, dirt removed. Let's pick up the garbage and have a look at what we've got. Wow, that white tree is so bright from over here. I hope I like that in the long term. But the reason why, actually, let me give you guys a little note. The reason why this tree is the way that it is one, because I walk past it every day in the winter, but two, because I can't use shears to get leaves. So if I'm gonna build a custom tree, it's gonna be leafless for now. So we're gonna have to get pretty creative. That's why in the last episode, the quote unquote custom tree that I built was just a stump, was because that was the only thing I could think of. But I think I like this shape. It still looks like a tree without having to do the leaves, and who knows, one day maybe we'll come back and we'll give it leaves when we get out of winter. Okay, there's our raft. It's alright. Luckily it's not a it's not temporary. It's a temporary structure. It can move around. We can dock it here, or we can just get rid of it. But for now I wanted to let the place feel a little bit more alive. We've got a campsite. We've got a fishing cabin that I'm currently just walking on the roof of. But anyway, we made some good building today, guys. We got our tree, we got our cabin. The whole area is decorated and nice. I'm gonna bring some more firefly bushes out just to make it feel lively. But we got a lot done. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. I'm gonna fish.